But more on the lines of trying to balance user-generated content with actually like being a journalist. This is another project I did that I thought was really cool, and this project's called I Hope So Too. And this project I launched in the days leading up to the inauguration, like January 16th, I think I launched it, and January 20th was the inauguration. And the point of this project was like, at that point in time, there was a lot of people who had all these hopes for Obama, right? And there were people from both red states, blue states, a lot of like Republicans or conservatives say, well, I hope Obama like doesn't make it so I can't buy a gun, or I hope Obama doesn't do this. And a lot of the liberals say, I hope Obama like keeps Roe v. Wade. I hope Obama. But there's all these hopes, and all these hopes right before the inauguration. And then I knew as soon as Obama was inaugurated, as soon as he became president, these hopes were going to start being either realized or dashed or in some way evaporate, right? The hopes are going to start to be gone after that time. So the goal was, let's go out and do a person on the street, which is a very typical reporting type thing, and interview 200 people and ask them, what do you hope most in the Obama, I think we have it up here, what are your hopes for the Obama administration? Please answer, I hope, right? And then we took 200, and Katrin Einhorn, who's a wonderful producer at the New York Times, who does audio, went through and we categorized all these hopes into 29 different hopes, right? And so then you can click on these.
I hope that President-elect Barack Obama does not leave the Middle East because national security and global stabilization is the most important thing in the world.
Okay? And then you could say,
I hope Mr. Obama respects the rights of the unborn. If he could change his stance on that, that would make me and a lot of other Americans happy. I think if you don't respect life, I mean, that's kind of the basis of everything.
I am a Christian.
okay, so we've done, this is journalism, right? This is the same thing as writing an article and being like, I went to like 20 red states and 20 blue states and interviewed people, and this is how people feel. But the user part of it is like, look, sometimes you get bored just hearing what other people feel. Sometimes you're like, oh, that's great, but you probably have people who feel all kinds of which ways. Like, what do I care if you're just representing the whole spectrum? Well, we said, if you feel that way, go ahead and click I hope so too. And then all of a sudden your vote starts getting tallied, and you can go back to this view, and you can say, well, show me these balloons by popularity. And then all of a sudden we rank these balloons in terms of users who have said, I hope so too. Like, oh, universal health care?
I hope Obama implements universal health care because
so over 10,100 people came to this interactive and said, oh, universal health care? I hope so too. So that's a way of saying, like, okay, we like user-generated content. I want to involve you in the conversation. At the same time, I don't want it to just be like this crazy room where you can't glean any information and you don't understand what's going on and et cetera. Like, I want you to participate while at the same time telling you a story. I want you to be involved. The last one I'll show is this point counterpoint, and then I'll be done. Because this really illustrates this idea as well. This is a template I made called Point Counterpoint, and the idea behind the template is, okay, it first started with Tiger Woods, and then it went on to other things. And the way it started with Tiger Woods is a simple question. Is Tiger Woods the best athlete in the world? Well, it's easy to ask that question, and we could throw up a poll and be like, okay, vote. You know, like, go ahead and vote. Is Tiger Woods the best? But in something like golf, a lot of people either know a lot about golf or they know nothing about golf, right? So what does it help if a bunch of people who know nothing about golf come and vote in our poll that Tiger Woods isn't the best athlete because they know a lot about Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan's obviously the best athlete. So all of a sudden you have this poll that really means nothing. Like, it doesn't mean anything that people vote this way. Instead, why don't we present an issue? And then let's get two experts who really truly believe opposite sides of this issue. And let's let these experts deliver their opinion on this issue. And then you can vote on it. Because then I feel like I'm doing my job as a journalist. I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to tell the story. I'm trying to, like, say, oh, another financial stimulus, right? I might not know that much about another financial stimulus. And if you just ask me, hey, vote on this financial stimulus, due to my political leanings, I might vote yes or no without even really understanding the subject. So instead, we got Dean Baker
First off, we have to recognize
to come in
that
and
this
talk.
recession is causing an enormous amount of suffering. The second point is that we can do something about the suffering with effective stimulus. And the third point is that we don't gain.
So Dean talks about it, right? And these are authorities on the subject. These are people who, if you spend that 2 minutes listening to them talk about this, you will know more about that subject, right? So you get both sides of this argument. This is Casey Mulligan. He argues the opposite points, and he truly believes the opposite of Dean. There's no right. We're not saying one side's right and one side's wrong. So that's kind of like some of the transparency still. I'm not telling you these things. I'm reporting both sides of these issues. I shot the video. I worked with them on the scripts. And then we say, do you agree? Like, the government should pass another stimulus. I agree. Government should not pass another stimulus. I agree. So go ahead and vote for it. And then at the bottom, we tell you how many people here. Well, almost 2,000 people agree that there should be. Almost 1,000 people agree that there shouldn't be. And so we take user-generated. We say, look, I do want to involve you in the conversation. I am interested to hear what you feel and what you say. But at the same time, like, let me tell you a little bit about the story so we're not just running a poll here like everybody else is running polls. Like, let's push it further. Let's take it further. This is exciting. We can do anything we want. It's the internet. Like, let's go further. So that's it. This is my portfolio if you'd like to look at it. My email is gabrieldance@gmail, just one word. I'd be more than happy. I was a student 3.5 years ago, so I know where you guys are coming from. I know the concerns. I know the worries and stuff like that. But I really want you guys to leave here like encouraged and excited and like on a positive note, because organizations are coming around to this and they're excited and they want you to learn, and your users are there and they're excited too. So thank you very much for taking the time.